Why?
I seem to remember on the last web show we did something weird with the intro.
Maybe you did something weird.
Yeah, it would have been me. It would have been me. Okay, we'll find out. 3, 2, 1. Hello, ballers, and a happy new year to you! It's web show time. You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
2015 good. One more than last. Right, let's play an intro and talk some shit. Woohoo! Oh no, I did it right. good image, that. I love it. So good. Yeah! Keep spinning, baby.
That's pretty cool.
Welcome, people! Welcome, everybody! Can I just say a big fucking hells yeah to all you awesome people who are tuning in for the big return web show. I hate the holidays now, man. I fucking can't stand them. I wish people would fuck off back to work and stop doing my brain in. I can't get anything done.
That involves me, though.
Oh, you're alright.
I know.
You're alright. You stay out of the way and play some games. I like you. I like everybody in this chat because I guarantee, given the choice when you're not in work, every single one of you will just fucking go off and play games on your own and be like, oh good, everybody leave. But these people who don't play games, suckers. I can't even believe these people who don't play games these days. Can you really get over it? You know people who are like, oh, I don't really play video games. Like, what the hell do you do?
I love that, though. I love it. It's like, I don't play video games. Like, what is wrong with you?
Exactly. I'm like, do you know what's out there? What are you doing with your time?
But what's so good about video games?
Everything! What the fuck, dude? It boggles my brain. Oh, you watch the football. Ah! Oh, God. Watch the soccer. Ah!
Fucking soccer.
Oh, I play some...
Objection!
I play some darts on a Thursday.
Who plays darts anymore?
Do you realise I have so many good games I don't have time to play them all? Is what I'm telling you, friend. There's that many good games out there.
I directly relate to
Are you with me?
Yeah.
I have a collection of brilliant experiences to have. I haven't got time to do it. I do it for a job. Sir, what are you doing with your free time? People who don't play video games, I've never heard of them. But they're out there. Soccer. No, not the soccer. Oh, it really boggles. But yeah, it's been one of those fucking weeks, man, where every time I turn around, it's like, what should we do today? Go to work. That's what you should do. It's like work's closed.
Work somewhere else.
Work somewhere else. Do some extra. You know what I want to do? Fucking play some games. That's what I want to do. Take your family spirit and your holiday joy and put it over there.
Stick it up your ass.
Stick it up your ass and stop telling me to... You should drop by and visit us. Should I? Really? Do you want me there? Because I'm going to be there thinking about leaving. That's what I'm going to do.
I've got a few things about Christmas with that.
Do you really want me to turn up? Because I'm going to sit there, be pleasant, and you know, and I know, that I'm thinking about going home and fucking forgetting it.
I get you.
Yeah, horrible. But everyone's back in work on Monday. Are you back in work on Monday? Horrible. Fuck yeah. Shove it in your asshole. You know what I'm talking about, right? You guys know. As gamers, when you're off work, I want to play games. That's what I want to do. It's my hobby. It's the thing I enjoy the most. It's what I want to do. You know, I'm also... Who's with me? Are you sick of Christmas type dinners? I'm done with them, man. If someone makes me more roast potatoes, I'm going to shoot them in the fucking face.
You know what? I'd love
gravy.
If it was tradition for a Christmas meal to be Chinese food.
Oh, I mean, my Christmas dinner is Indian food.
We did that once, and I hate the fact that I've not done it again since.
Oh, we do it every year. We must be on 8 years running now. But now, because of marriage or whatever... We fucking have to have a traditional dinner in the morning. So I have 2 dinners Christmas Day, and it sucks. Because, this is why it sucks. We go for the Indian dinner late in the afternoon. The morning, about 11 a.m, I have to have a Christmas dinner. Who the fuck wants to eat a Christmas dinner at 11 a.m?
Who does that?
Emma's mum. On purpose, just for us. This is the situation. Just for us, because they have their dinner later, they make us a special dinner early in the morning because we're going for another dinner later.
Why not make you a Christmas lunch?
You know what's worse? Is because we're going for another dinner later with my mum. I was going to say mum and dad then. RIP. Because we go later with my family, Emma's mum tries to like win. Which means there's a starter, there's a fucking dinner, and then there's a pudding. And she's like, do you want some dessert? I'm like, no, I don't want a dessert. And she goes... But I got it specially for you. Now I
hate
feel
that.
like
I feel like that's a trap.
Isn't it? It's filthy.
That is the public parental-based trap. I got it
Awful.
especially for you because you can say, okay then, and you're going to have to, and you're going to feel shit for doing it, But if you say no in front of people, you, sir, are going to be frowned on.
I look like a dick.
Exactly.
I look like a dick. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Oh, but I got it specially for you. And I'm like, but then, I don't want to mock her because she watches the show and it was very nice. But nobody buys me an apple strudel special because I'm not a fan. It's like, I bought you special. I'm like, oh, well, it's probably one of my favourite desserts then. No, it's not.
You should have done that. You should. Oh, you put a problem on the top 5. That's not even in my top 5.
It's not in my top 5. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to put tons and tons of custard on it. I didn't want dessert at first, but now you've made it. I'm just going to make it the biggest dessert you've ever seen.
There's always time for custard.
Isn't there?
Yes.
And that's the trap.
Yes.
I'm going to eat all your custard. You know it and I know it. So just limit how much custard I can have instead of giving me all the custard. Because then I'm going to eat. And then I go for the Indian, which I love Indian in general, let alone Christmas Day.
Yes.
And I'm full. And I'm like... So, luckily though, it was so busy that we didn't get our food for an hour. Excellent.
Nice.
Everyone else was pissed off. Me and Emma were like, this is awesome.
Did you take a pre-meal dump?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. I felt it coming and I was like, nice. Nice. So,
so what are we eating?
So we eating. I did not rent, but I owe you a gift as well, my friend. I know I do. I got several gifts from fans, actually. Mostly games. Dark Souls 2.
Nice.
Can't wait to get into Dark Souls 2. I'm like itching at the bit.
You're going to die.
I don't give a shit.
I'm off. It's the motto of the game. I weren't mocking you or anything.
You're supposed to do that. And yeah, I've got Dark Souls 2. What else did I got? I got Far Cry 4 sent to me.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm looking fucking real. This is actually a gift from a fan as well, from a viewer.
Wendy.
Lady Wendy gave me the
Lady
Ultimate
Wendy.
Warrior. This T-shirt, little mini story, got me access to Mickey Mouse under the radar in Disney.
It got me access to Mickey Mouse under the radar. You know what that sounds like to me?
No, I didn't blow Mickey. I didn't. To be fair,
It's just me
I
and
couldn't
you
give a
here.
shit about Mickey.
It's just me and you here.
Honestly, I couldn't give a fuck
I can just imagine him
about Mickey Mouse.
holding your head going, oh, oh!
Yeah, like the South Park episode. But my son likes Mickey. Never heard of Mickey in his life. He's one. Mickey being, but he saw that guy and he was like, "Oh, that's awesome!
Oh my god,
that is the best thing I've ever seen. Is that giant fucking mouse dude? All right, let's fucking pay it." But the guy, I walked up to the guy because it was a 4-hour queue to see Mickey, and I was like, "Hey, we got a fast pass thing, but I think it's for a different Mickey. Is this not the right place? Because we're not going to make the other one." And he went, "Ultimate Warrior," and I went, "Yeah," and he went, "Nice. I'll sort you out." And I was like, "My man." Yeah, that's how it went down.
What the fuck is this shit?
It was well good.
That fast pass, by the way, is legit.
Kind of. It's good. It's a good idea.
Yes.
I mean, they're so busy. It's a good idea, but I wouldn't give any props to Disneyland because Disneyland.
Oh no!
Shit.
Disney is the Satan
I-
of theme
The
parks.
thing with the fast pass, there's a 50% of that phrase that's not quite working out for them. When you call something a fast pass, I don't expect to use it at 9 a.m. and it tell me that the fast pass access to this event will be at 6 o'clock in the evening. That to me negates the idea of the fast pass. But I like that you can keep using it. Mickey can go fuck himself. I don't give a shit about Mickey. I was like, oh, wow, there's Mickey Mouse. Never liked you, to be honest. Fantasia was like 50-50, 5 out of 10. You know what I mean? And then I don't know what else Mickey's been in, to be honest. Name a Mickey film.
I wouldn't say films, it's more programs. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. You don't watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? Oh, objection. Why do you not watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Get that on your TV. Your kid will
No.
love it.
No.
Your kid will love it!
He's watching X-Men at the moment.
I did that, mate.
Yeah.
Yes! That's what it is. That's what it is. And do you know what? I actually revisited some superhero stuff this Christmas purely because it's literally... This Christmas was the start of a war between me and Suzanne. Suzanne is trying to... Because one of her favourite things is My Little Ponies. And
Yes.
Suzanne loves horses. So Suzanne flooded her
With
with
pony shit.
ponies, with
Don't let her get one.
horses. Oh, mate. Not happening.
No, do
Not
not
happening.
let... There's worst regret in my life.
So all I've been doing is little, because Suzanne, like, basically, she fired the nuke at Christmas of Pony City.
Was it premature?
It was, the thing
Was there no thinking?
it was like the scene in Fast and the Furious, you know, where Paul Walker uses his nos
Rip.
too soon, rip, and then Vin Diesel says, too soon. Yeah, too soon.
Not double clutching like you should.
Yeah. Granny shifted.
Granny shifted. Did she granny shift Christmas?
Granny shifted.
She granny shifted
So
Christmas.
intermittently, like a set of ninja stars, I've been giving Ava like little superhero gifts. I've been making her comfortable and making her food treats associated with when we watch superhero stuff. And she loves it.
Why are you giving a positive reinforcement for
Exactly.
superhero stuff?
I'm
if it's
Pavlovian.
Wolverine time, it's
Yeah.
chocolate time. Yeah?
Exactly.
Horse
Exactly.
time is dog biscuit
Yeah,
time.
it's dog
It's
biscuits.
dog biscuit time.
Horse time is horse shit. Think about that.
Ava, what do you associate with horse?
It's good, it's
sour
like-
taste, right?
It's like over Christmas, like in the mornings when I have to get up with her. I'm up with her, like she'll still get up between 6 and 7:30. So I'm up with her in the morning, and I'll say to her, like, I'll make her breakfast. What do you want to do? Come and watch Guardians of the Galaxy. You can that.
You can that.
You can that.
I have no idea what my son is allowed to watch. Apparently, so I'm told, the Avengers is too old for him. Now,
Who said that?
Emma, my wife. So I put on Spider-Man 2. Now, apparently...
That's worse.
Well, I didn't think so. I thought Electro was a charming guy. He had some physics involved. We could start a little discussion about electrical circuits, and gates, not gates, and OR gates. V equals IR. And frankly, she said it was too old for him. I don't know where we stand, but I'm not watching.
Avengers.
I am not watching Monsters Inc. anymore.
No, fuck
I am
it.
fucking done with Monsters Inc. I am done with it, and Monsters University. Billy Crystal can eat shit. Frankly, that little green one-eyed bug face.
What about Thingy, though? Fat guy, what's he called?
John Goodman.
John the Goodman.
John Goodman is all day for me. Objection. Fuck that. They have wife problems, right? You can't watch it.
Avengers,
What am I
Avengers
supposed to?
is
I
a
am
good
making
starter.
it educational.
She's watched loads. Ava's watched loads. Well, obviously, she's a bit older now, but she's
When
watched
can you watch
absolutely
Predator?
loads.
The first one.
Do you know what I was thinking about the other day? I shit you not. I was thinking about when I started to watch films that were too old for me.
About 4 or 5.
What I can remember, though, it wasn't that. Mine was... Wait a minute. I'm going back now. 10, 9. It was 8. 8 and 7. Purely because I remember this is when Terminator 2
Yeah, that was one of my
came on Sky, and I didn't have it. My uncle recorded it on video for me.
VHS.
My auntie delivered it, saying to my mum, "You might have to watch this with him." I'm 8 years old. I'm like, "Bitch, please! I'll knock your teeth out." From Manchester. So we watched that, but then when it started to ramp up, then it was the first one that I remember that was my parents wouldn't let me watch, but my friend's parents did. Was Universal Soldier.
That's not very gruesome.
Yes, it is. In comparison, people
The
get
ears bit with Dolph, that's
the
a bit
ears,
much.
But then he rips out like people's hearts, and then he gets put into the shredder at the end and ground up into little pieces and stuff like that.
I haven't seen that.
And
for
then
a
it was a
long time.
step up into child's play.
Now, that's too much. My dad's biggest faux pas was trying to buy a film for me to watch in the evening that was good for kids, and he got Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, I'm not going to say that he goofed up at that moment, but he did. He goofed up. I'm not scared of clowns.
That's
though.
not that was
For a
not
child,
a mistake.
that's a fuck up.
If
Seriously.
it was anyone's
Scare-
dad,
the only
if
film-
it was anyone's dad, it'd be fine. But it's like your dad does things
Do you remember
strategically
when he got
by
us-
the numbers.
Oh, were you there when he got me that gay porn video?
No, I was there when he gave you that porno with a corn on the cob.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
My dad, this is a true story, stuck a video under my quilt. This is what I used to do every now and again when I was of age to witness. Well, not really of age, but real of age, not like country of age, and not like law of age, I guess.
Like Deep South.
Yeah, you know, of age. But he gave me this porno, and he went, present under the quilt for you. And I was like, all right. So it was like a VHS tape. Stuck it in. And it was like, woman, guy, and I'm like, all right, I see what's going on here. Get smoochy. So then suddenly, random second guy approached in, and things started getting busy. And I'm going to tell you that we switched it off. Wasn't for me. Not judging. Just wasn't for me. And then sent it to my brother. That's what which is what he did. He sent it to my brother.
He used to go to the local market every weekend, and he knew someone on the market, didn't he?
It was the guy who used to sell dodgy videos. So if you go to the market to buy, like, what would be, I guess, like, fucking, what's just come out? Hunger Games 3 on VHS, on broken VHS. And he would go, got any blue? It's such a daft thing, got any blue? Got any blue? And get some for me, and then send it off to my brother. What a guy.
It was good though, because he'd always full Sunday name you, but he wouldn't linger about it either. Because when we come back from Ashton, because we get an ECW VHS tape every week.
Every week, yeah, when we spends.
Yep. and then we'd come into your bedroom and just watch this ECW.
That was such a difficult choice as well.
Yes.
Do you remember? Because if you can imagine, you're a fan of. It's like buying a game every week.
But
they're all good.
It was when ECW had been out a long time before we got into it as well. Mm-hmm. So there was loads of past pay-per-views of ECW.
We used to probably pick based on one match.
Yeah. He didn't stop past your doorway. He'd just say Michael, and he'd throw a VHS on your bed. So then we'd watch it, and then like there was this whole thing with a car on the cob.
Which at the time was pretty extreme.
Yes.
It's got worse since.
It has.
It has got worse since. Anyway, I'm just thinking though, one film, the scariest film you ever saw as a kid that sticks out in your mind, Ghostbusters 1.
Oh, the
woman in the library is probably one of the scariest scenes in most movies, actually. That shit is fucked up. Even now I watch that, and that is a terrifying ghost, by the way. That ghost is absolute. That entire scene is so tense.
The thing is, the things that scare me are different from you, and it was before I had a spider phobia though, and I used to watch it constantly, but as a kid, I mean I still do it now to some extent. On a VHS, I recorded Aliens.
Second one.
Yes, with the Colonial Marines, of course. When you were a kid, there was only one Aliens film.
And
Aliens film.
And the automated turret gun.
Yes, the director's cut. Beautiful.
Who cuts that scene?
I know.
What dickhead in some fucking office was like, that scene goes on too long. Whoa! Whoa!
It's the best
that scene can never go on too long. Give it more ammo, please.
But it wasn't the aliens that used to scare me. They used to be like there was parts where what's it called, Reisner, when he backs in that room and the aliens there.
Yeah.
Things like that used to be like, ooh. The things that used to scare me is when Ripley and Newt are having a sleep and there's a facehugger running around.
Facehuggers are way scarier than aliens.
Terrified me.
Facehuggers are way scarier.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott, Prometheus. What was Ridley Scott, wasn't it?
Yes.
Dickhead.
Why isn't it? It's mild delusion.
Just saying, Ridley. Prometheus. Yeah?
Just really quickly.
Prometheus.
I know it's like I'm going slightly off topic, but I
don't think we've been on a topic.
Long time ago. We haven't. Things with director's cuts. One that sticks out in my head, and it's basically like a spotlight on, you idiot, why did you cut this, of director's cuts. Terminator 2. Right. Terminator 2, there is a 1 second clip, no, 2 second clip, that they take out of the film, which basically removes the entire context of what's happening. It's when, right at the very end of it, when they go to the smelting plant, T-1000, the only thing in the normal version that shows that he's starting to malfunction is when he's walking and his skin basically looks like it's refreshing, like it goes up like in a strip. That's
the ripple. Yeah.
Yes. Now, in the scene where he replicates Sarah Connor, and he's hanging on the pipe and he's shouting John, and the other Sarah comes behind him with a shotgun and says, "Get out of the way, John," he just basically just dives out of the way. Like, okay, then fair enough, that must be my mum. Like, that's it. In the director's cut, he's got his hand on the pipe T-1000, and all it does is show John's face up close, he looks down, and T-1000's legs are part of the grate.
I've seen that. Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean. Yeah,
but they cut that scene out, so it's just like, okay, then what if that wasn't my mum, and I just dived out the way and she just got the shit blown out?
Yeah, totally. I fucking
winds me up,
Jack. Can I blow your mind even more? Did you know, and I only found this out the other day, that China, they're trying to export more movies to China, and it's becoming a very big deal, that there are scenes that we never even know exist, particularly in Iron Man, that only exist in China, that are designed for China, and are completely random as fuck. Ergo, Tony Stark goes to China because there is only one doctor on the planet that can remove some of the shrapnel, and it's a Chinese doctor, and he goes to China in Iron Man 3 to have the surgery done by this world-famous actor for China, to have this entirely done, and it appears in the middle of the movie for no apparent reason whatsoever, and then cuts back to being back in like New York. And that scene exists, and you can find it on YouTube. And apparently there is loads of fucking scenes in all the Marvel movies, especially, where these occur, where randomly it just cuts to China, and shit happens in China because they're trying to make it more Chinese friendly. And apparently even in China they just go, this makes no sense at all, but it appeals to the Chinese audience. And you know how much I've started to pick up on it? Amazing Spider-Man 2 has loads of scenes in Chinatown. And I just recently picked up, like, Emma Stone's birthday is in a Chinese restaurant in the middle of Chinatown, randomly. Graduation Day is in fucking Chinatown. There's another scene in Spider-Man 2 where they just randomly end up fighting in Chinatown. And I was like, every time I see something that's, like, Oriental. I'm like, is this just for the Chinese audience now that you've just randomly cut to this area? And I can't get it out of my head
very
now.
Disney, mate.
Every time I see it, I just see it. And find this scene. It's there. It's out there. This random fucking scene of Iron Man doing all this shit. Anyway, before we get on to WoW, what did you get for Christmas? Because people keep bringing it up. I see it in the chat. It's important, right? What did we get for Christmas, people? What did you get that was good?
Majority for me was money.
Cash money. That's all right.
Cash money to
spending
put
it on
back into the computer.
You going PC style? Upgrades.
I am.
Upgrades. What's on the list?
What isn't? The only thing that's
you think you're basically going a whole new system eventually?
The only thing is staying is my peripherals and the case. That is it. I need motherboard, cooling.
You want to change your case?
Hey? Well, case is staying.
Oh, I was going to say she's going to be mad.
I was just going to say, the case is
she's
staying.
going to be mad.
It's like motherboard, memory, cooling. The SSD staying on the original hard drive and stuff like that.
Your face when you saw that SSD. No one believes what an SSD will do for you. And I remember I put your SSD in and installed Windows and shit. Then you came in and I went, turn it on. And you were like, why? I went, turn it on. And he turned it on and Windows. And you were like, oh, it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast. What do we got? Let's have a look here. New PC, PS4, money, bought a new headset, keyboard and mouse, VHS, what? A blow-up doll, nice. A big ton of socks, get socked, son, get socked. A PS4 camera, PC upgrades here, nothing, gaming PC.
A guy who I raid with got a flashlight and I'm well jealous.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I mean, do you have to wipe it, wash it out?
Well, you fire a wad into it.
I'm not.
You're going to have to clean it out.
I'm not doing it into it.
I wouldn't care. You know what I'd do?
There ain't nothing wrong with jerking off, but I'm not
Put
doing
it
it
between the
into a
bed
device.
base and mattress, put a pillow on the floor, and print off a picture of
Christina
Christina Richards. Yep.
Who?
Christina Hendricks. Sorry, not Christina
Don't know
Richards.
who that is.
Christina Hendricks. I'll show you later, mate. And you're welcome.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I got a PS4.
You did.
And a PS Vita.
You did.
Because my birthday and Christmas are next to each other. Now, I've got to be honest, I was disappointed in the Vita because I thought I'm never going to use that. But on my trip, I took the Vita with me. Wonderful. Doesn't need internet connection.
Beautiful.
It was fine. If I'm going anywhere that doesn't need internet, every airplane flight now will be Vita time. Vita time, yeah. The Vita came in shine. So we got a PS4. Let's talk about it because people keep asking about it. I got Destiny and The Crew. We tried Destiny. How long did we last with Destiny?
40. We give it
a fair shot.
The character creation was okay.
It was passable. Yeah. Nothing like what we were expecting though. It was passable.
I can't do aiming in that game. And do you know the thing is though, and I'm not just saying it's console pad based aiming, because things like Battlefield, Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, I've played all these on a pad and I never ever remember it being that difficult to aim.
It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah,
game.
I mean it's always horrible when you're I mean I was doing it and you were mocking me. As you do. You know when, like, it reminds me of the Sleeping Dog stream. I'm never going to forget this. Every time you crash, people were like, you're terrible at the game. And it's like, yeah.
You try.
You try. And then people did email me afterwards saying, yeah, okay, fair enough. But it's, the aiming of the shit was like, okay. Can we just put this out there now? And I don't want to say console peasants. You are. If you're okay with this. Loading screen.
Oh my god! What was that in? No, it was Destiny. Oh my god! How can I forget that?
I just was like, wow! I have totally gone past this. Games like this is unacceptable. This is horrific. And how can anyone deal with that? Like, it's worth turning the game off because of that. Seriously,
it was ridiculous. I remember that now. I totally remember. Do you know what's worse? And I remember this now. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not. So, installing started coming out for computers for like the PS3 and the Xbox. I think one of the first ones was Metal Gear Solid: Guns of Liberty, and that everyone was in uproar. It's like, are you kidding me? You're putting an install in the game. Devil May Cry was one of the games as well, and it's supposed to basically, well, it's a big game. It requires a lot of capability, so we're gonna have to install it as well. Okay. Fair enough, so that's the norm now. A lot of games, 90% of games require an installation. To relegate load times. Can you imagine?
We were sat there, we'd actually like run out of things to talk about.
And it was
during a load screen, we were sat there like, and I went, it's taking a long time. We were talking about something, I think we just made our characters and that, and then we'd flown off to some fucking world, and we did the intro bit, and then we were like, oh, we gotta go to the city now. So we were chit-chatting about what we'd just done and all that. And I was sat there, and it's like still loading. I'm like, still loading? It's another minute and a half. Seriously, if a loading screen now, this is my modern day, and I don't want it to be elitist, but if I can read whatever the game is putting in the background on my loading screen before it disappears, I think something's wrong with my PC. And it's like Dark Souls has all this blurb and shit, and it's like, oh, welcome to oh, it's passed.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be because I'm playing the game
well,
again.
even imagine this. So remember this. Tekken 1 on the PS1 required a load screen. What did it do in the load screen? It let you play Space Invaders.
He said the same thing. Please give me something to do during this ridiculous. And then the music doesn't kick in for ages, and then suddenly it's like you're almost there. It starts going. I was like, oh, it's nearly done. A minute, a minute going away. Oh,
also, like the load screen that it took to get out of the tutorial area to the first city, I was waiting for it to be like, right, we're going to start in the middle of the city, surrounded by people, or at like the gates of some city where we're walking to be surrounded by people. But it's not an MMO.
I can't say it's a game I'll play much at all, to be honest. I mean, the first quest we did, I think we got a bit of that. You fought an elite. But within 2 minutes, you found a cheese. And then I was like, this kind of reminds me of console gaming a little bit. It's like you were on a ledge and the guy just stood below.
I was stood there with a sniper rifle in his face.
Yeah, stood there and he was like, I'm melee only. I don't know what to do. I mean, the game looked fine, but it was very much like wave-based and stuff like that. And I was like,
I'm sure it's got its purposes, but in the grand comparative of now getting comfortable on a PC, I'd only go back to... And I'm not... If you play console, you know... Power to you, but I'd only go back to consoles now if I had no choice. If I had no choice. If my PC...
There's some games I really want to play. I played PT with my wife, and that was a wonderful experience.
Things like drop-in, drop-out games on console, like the Wii. The Wii's designed for that kind of shit, unless you're playing Zelda and stuff. That has its purpose, and I can totally appreciate that. And
the Wii is the best console out. So the Wii U, I should say, the Wii U is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic, and I adore it. And it's got no fucking loading screens really or anything like that. There's nothing. The Wii U blows everything out of the water for me so far. The Crew, we enjoyed The Crew.
The thing is, I was waiting for that to go on Steam sale, but it only went 25% off, which was still 30 quid.
Didn't know it was on PC, which is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, but, I'm probably going to pick up The Crew once I clear more of my backlog out.
But it was cool because we kept pushing people out of the way of the quest zones.
Yes, we did.
Every time someone looked like they were going to like the quest circle.
Do you know what I always remember as well? I didn't say it on the day. Your mother-in-law was behind you with your son. Yeah. And she was watching us play it, and there was one mission where we go off-road in a raid vehicle, it's called. And we had to basically ram this other car to destroy it. And we back and forwarded it for ages. Every time you failed it, she had Max on it, and she was like, oh... Every time I failed it, she's going, oh, he's not done it. He's not done it, Max. He's failed it again. He's not done it. And she repeated it like 8 times to Max every time. And I sat there and I started seething really badly. Until the point where I actually did it. I gave you the pad and just went... Not going to tell him I've done it, are you? But yeah, he's not done it. It's like this... Boo! Like, shut up.
Will I still play Destiny? I can't see it. I mean, I've got it. I kind of feel like it's a waste. I don't think anyone wants to buy it off me. It's probably tied to my price and shit.
The Crew really made me want to get it, so
I wanted Infinite Second Son is what I really wanted.
Second Son?
Yeah, Infamous Second Son, I think it's called.
Oh, really?
For PS4, because I can't get it on PC. Not Infamous. What's it called? You guys know. Second Son.
Sunset Boulevard.
No, Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, that looks good.
I fancy that as well. Yeah. PC only games. PS4 only games. Silent Hills is what I'm really waiting for. It's worth it to have Silent Hills, so I'm fucking fine with that. It's pretty good. Yeah. It's pretty good. So other than that, it was alright. It was alright. It was pretty good. It was Destiny I was the least impressed by. Infamous. Yeah, Second Son is the boss. Second Son is apparently a fantastic game, so I'm like, Last of Us? No. Nups, what the fuck? Where's my disc? Burn it. Fucking hate it. I hate that it's on my shelf.
I hate that shelf is so unorganised, it hurts me every time I look at it.
Do you want who's got who hates unorganised games? Can we show it?
No, don't.
I think we can. Can you see it? Look at that array of different games. Look at the ordering on it. We can't go closer, but there must be 70 games on there, all different consoles, all in a random order. I frigging love that it drives you crazy because it's directly over your PC.
Like Fine Young Cannibals.
What?
Drive me
Yeah, so there's loads of PS4 stuff I do want to try though. The humanity. I had to carry the fucking like 70 boxes downstairs, man. I just had to throw them up there. I've been busy as shit. So let me tell you quickly before we get into WoW stuff then about a trip I planned. Right.
This is genius.
Honestly, I felt very burnt out recently, leveling all those characters because the second we landed from BlizzCon, I've been working non-stop since then. And so honestly, my brain has been fried the last month or so. Absolutely fried trying to get stuff done. And I said, right, in January, we're going to take a couple of days. And I intended to go on my own or with Ben, take the dog, and go be a caveman for a couple of days. I was fine with that. I said, I'm going to go away for a couple of days, just to somewhere shit. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit on my ass and not do anything. That's my plan. Reset my head for the coming year, because we've got loads going on this year. And Emma decided that she was going to get involved. Now, that was the first issue. That was the first issue that I ran into. Because if the family comes, it's nothing against my family. I love my family.
It's not a long time.
It's not a long time. There's got to be a plan. I've got a little boy. I've got a wife.
You're going to get guilted into family.
Well, there's got to be a game plan, hasn't there? You can't go to bed and say, what's the plan tomorrow? Nothing. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Nothing. And it's got to be like, we need to go out with the kid. We've got to walk and take the dog out, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, look, I'll take the dog out. And I'll come home and I'll do nothing. That's my plan. Anyway, so we booked a place near Southampton. 4.5 hours of driving to get there. And she booked it for like 4 nights. I wanted to go for 2. She booked it in December. Wanted to go in January. Booked it for the whole family. Wanted it to just be me and the dog. That's quite a shithole place in the middle of nowhere. And we drove down there. It was the least fun place I've ever been in my life. And now the family was there with things to do. There was nothing to do. It was the place I wanted to go on my own. But with the family who wanted things to do. So we had a place where there was nothing to do, with a family who wanted to do things. So we get there, and it's literally a wooden building, like a little wooden cabin. It had 3 rooms. Fields everywhere. As far as the eye can see, there's fields and animals. It was the New Forest, it's called, down south. It's called the New Forest, where they have wild horses, wild donkeys, and wild animals just running free across the land. It's pretty good, actually. It's about 3,000 horses, and they are completely wild. They come. The guy's like, don't open the gate because the horses will come in and eat the bushes and stuff like that. You've got to keep the gate closed. But in general, they are free and open. You have to stop driving because there's horses all over the road and all that kind of shit. I can imagine it looks very pretty as a visitor. Would never live there because it's well annoying. It's well annoying. Really annoying. So we got there and I look inside and I asked the guy, this is it. I went, are you, what's the Wi-Fi password? And he looked at me and he went, what? Wi-Fi. And he went, do you have Wi-Fi? And he's like, no.
Oh.
I was like, really? What year is it? You don't have Wi-Fi? And he's like, no. If you want Wi-Fi, legit answer, you have to go to the newsagents and stand inside. I was like, wow. Wow.
Amongst the people, the newsagent guy is God.
Yeah. The newsagent guy is the internet guy. Okay, right? So I was like, we are in some backwater shit right now. For real. So I was like, there's no Wi-Fi. So what is it to do? And he's like, well, you can go walking. I was like, I get that. There's fields everywhere. What else? What about the time when I'm not outside in the ice winter of deep December? What about that time? Because I've got a little boy. He can't stay out in the ice all day. And he's like, well, telly. Classic Digibox. Solid 10 channels or something like that. All terrible. All local TV. Local backwater TV. How to feed your cow 24/7. You know, how to shear a sheep. Goingon.com. I was like, this is fucking unbelievable. So this place is way less fun than my house, is what you're telling me. For real. Way less fun. So I could go on with that. Took Ben for a walk. Saw the horses. Ben didn't chase the horses, which was awesome. Took that emo picture on Twitter.
It was well good, that picture. You framed that shit.
Yeah, it was good. That's where the horses were. That was just the path we were on with all the horses in it and stuff. So, got back. What should we do now? We'll go for dinner. So I found the only restaurant within 10 miles. The only one. And he was like, oh, we're very up our own ass. Hello, nice to meet you. I was like, oh, really? Cool. Yeah, there's only one sitting available and you have to get here for like 5:30. I'm like, I don't eat at 5:30. I'd rather eat later on. He's like, no, that's the last sitting. I was like, okay. So we went for dinner at 5:30 in this really overly expensive restaurant that sold shit food, pretty much. But it's the only choice. Fantastic. We sat there at 5:30, empty. It's like, this last sitting my ass. Gets to like 6:30. About 10 people in. I was like, I'm going to fucking smack this guy so hard. It's unbelievable. But you could take your dog. So Ben was in the restaurant, which is pretty cool. But home for 7. With nothing to do. And so I was like, I'm going to bed. And she's like, it's like 7 o'clock. I'm like, there's nothing to do. I'm so bored. I'm going to go to bed. And that's what I wanted to do here anyway, is to sleep. So goes to bed. 8 o'clock, wakes up. Max is awake. Fair enough, he's in my room, so I'm sorting him out. 9 o'clock, wakes up. Max is not happy, he's waking up again. I'm like, alright. Definitely wanted to be here with the family. 9 o'clock, wakes up again. 10 o'clock, Emma's come to bed. What? I'm terrified. I'm like, why? Because when there's only fields and there's no street lamps, because we're not in civilization anymore, all it is around you is a void. There's no stars. There's just a black void surrounding the building, like an encroaching demon smoke is poaching in on you. And she was terrified beyond belief that she couldn't see anything outside of any window. It was just black. It's like someone put black paper over it. I'm like, it's fine. 11 o'clock. There's a knocking sound. Someone's knocking somewhere. There's somebody in the building. I'm like, there's no one in. Because my dog would be going crazy if there was. 12 o'clock. Ben's found something. I'm like, what? He's looking at the floor. It's like you can hear a noise. I said, it's the pipes. 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Max wakes up. Max is now in our bed. 3 o'clock. Daddy! Daddy! I was like, this is the worst night in the history of mankind. I want to shoot everybody right now. I was fuming. I was going through all the things that I'd asked for and what I'd got. And that I'd paid for this. And I was fuming. I was so angry. I was like, I'm just going to sleep, okay? It was fucking awful. 9 o'clock. Sun's out. And I said, Emma, how was your night? She went, do you know what she started Googling? Emma's terrified. Thinks there's someone in the building. Thinks there's knocking going on. Thinks people are walking around banging. Do you know what she started Googling?
Stuff.
Nope. People who have been kidnapped in the New Forest is what she decided to Google in the middle of the night while terrified. She started to research people who have been kidnapped where we are. That's what she decided to Google. And I woke up and I was like, we're going home today. And then she's like, we've got like 4 nights. I'm like, we're going home today. I'd rather be working. I would rather be at home. I'm going home. And she's like, let's try it. Let's stick it out. I mean, I don't think I can do another night, but let's stick it out. So we're like, okay, let's go for breakfast and try and clear the air a bit, right? Going for breakfast. 20-minute drive to a supermarket. Every supermarket has a cafe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nope. Went to a major supermarket chain. Went in. Where's the cafe? Oh, we don't have no cafe down here, sir. Like one of those. I was like, oh my god, are you 20 minutes driving in? Fucking backwater bastard. Where's the cafe? Oh, 20 minutes that way is a cafe. I was like, for real? Is it the only cafe? Is it the closest one? That's the closest one, sir, in the village over there. 40 minutes to find breakfast. Emma decides, I'll tell you what, you want to relax? I'm like, Emma, I came here to relax and reset for the year. That's what I'm trying to do. And she's like, okay, I'll take Max into the city on the ferry, right? You take a ferry to go into the city, and you can have the day to yourself. I was like, that sounds really good. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much. Dropped off at the ferry. Cost me some money. So you could get some shit while she was there. I had to buy emergency stuff for Max, like a bottle of Max. We didn't take it with us. And then I drove 25 minutes, because due to the path, back to the cabin. Stopped for 10 minutes on the way with cows on the road, which was eating into my free time. I could have killed all those cows. They were just burgers to me at that point. I was like, you're all fucking dead in a minute. You better get off the road, motherfuckers. I swear to God, beef or moo or not, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you, bastards. Got through the cows, got back there, took Ben for a little walk, had a nice, started to relax, came back, Star Trek was on the telly, got on the couch, Star Trek, and I was like, text message. I can't tell you I had been on that couch for 10 minutes. This is the worst fucking place I've ever been to in my entire life. Can't fucking stand it. Come and pick me up. We're going home. I was just like, fuck my life. So I was like, right, fine. We drove, picked her up, came back, packed everything. Guy, because of the area, is like, oh, phone me if you ever have any trouble. But there's no signal in the area because it's so backwater. There's no mobile phone. So I'm trying to phone the guy to say, look, we're leaving. Give me some money back, right? It's just like, dead phone. I'm like, where are we? Just felt like, where are we? I don't understand. So I just left it a voicemail. I was like, look, we're going home. I've left your key. Send me a check with with the money you owe me, and you can let the building out, and blah, blah, blah. He doesn't actually have to give me anything, but he phoned me and said he will send me some money back. I was like, look, I'm going home. Don't like it. Wasn't what we were expecting. Key is in the postbox. Bye. And just fucking threw everything in the car. Drove home. So in about 24 hours, I spent 9 hours driving. the whole evening being awake, and then went home. And that was my vacation. That was my holiday seasonal vacation. But I've got to be honest, I feel quite refreshed. That 10 minutes out on that couch was the best 10 minutes I've ever had in my life. Because nobody was near me. It was complete bliss. I had a dog on my chest, I had Star Trek on the telly, and we shared a packet of crisps. And I've got to tell you, that was what I wanted to do for 2 days, but that was it. That's it. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's one of them. It's one of them ones where you think it's going to be all right, but then it's a trip where it's revealed to you that things could be worse.
I'm not a country person.
No, neither me.
I need street lamps.
I need tech.
I need to be able to walk my streets at 4 in the morning and then be nice and illuminated and friendly and welcoming. I do not need to be walking. I mean, it's safe as houses down there, don't get me wrong, but Christ alive, fuck that. Anyway, anything else you want to bring about Christmas?
Thank God it's over.
Me too, I agree. I'm done with it.
Oh, do you know what I did?
Absolutely done with it.
Yesterday, the night before Ava stayed out at night, so when me and Suzanne woke up on our own accord in the morning.
Morning sex.
Yeah. No, actually. Unfortunately. She's not well.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so it was morning jerk off before I woke her up. But we then...
While she's asleep. Nice.
I made her breakfast in bed, and then when she was eating that in bed, I opened up the loft, got all the boxes down from Christmas, and when she got out of bed, she got her clothes on. I said, before you go anywhere, every fucking Christmas decoration that's up in this house is going back in that loft before you leave.
Yep.
Okay. What?
Yeah, pack it away.
Why
Our Christmas tree's down. It was like...
It.
Christmas, I've got to say, having kids has kind of ruined Christmas for me. Because it's so much about them and visiting people. And everyone wants to see him and blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't even know what's going on. He had loads of presents to unwrap, but he didn't unwrap anything. He liked the paper more than any gifts that he got. Bullshit. Right, let's take a quick break then, and then we'll come and talk about WoW stuff, right? Let's do it. Let's take 5 minutes, and then we'll get into WoW, because we haven't started a single topic.